Make sure when you're doing this particular fade that it has an adjustable lever on it. If you can see, I don't know if you all can see back there, the Andis have even, they put these little dots to help you know what level to put it at. But it's the same thing, even with your wall, I don't think it had the indentations there. But you just know on your head, as you come back around, you just kind of inch it, you know what I mean? Until it's closed. It's the same concept. This just makes it easier, you know. So the first thing you do, like I was saying, the first step in cutting hair, you want to make sure your client's hair is you know, shampoo, no dirt, or it's clean, because the reason being, oil and clippers don't mix. You know, clippers won't work right, so they're cool. Next thing I like to do, I like to consult with my client before I cut their hair. I ask them what type of haircut they wear. So how do you usually get your haircut?
Fade, zero on the sides.
You say zero, like when you used to like skin tight,
yeah.
or ball fade.
Yeah. What's your favorite skin tight?
Yeah. So look, how high up do you go on your fade? Just at
Some side like a low fade.
yeah. See how I was telling you all? A lot of guys don't like that high and tight. They'll say low or taper. So automatically, you know, this is gonna be more of a, you know, wrist control type of, you know, using their wrist. And how much hair do you get cut off the top?
Depends on if I have it longer, I don't cut that much, and sometimes I cut it shorter, like one.
You go down about half of that there?
Yeah.
You want to do that today?
Yeah, that's cool.
All right, cool. He has fine hair. Usually with fine textured hair now, he's getting it cut down short. But with fine textured hair, if I was doing the same haircut, I'll use the clippers on the sides, and instead like he was wearing it curly or more wavy on top, I would use the scissors and trim it at a 90. You understand that? I wouldn't put clippers on because reason being, fine hair tends to have a lot of colic or whorls. And can you kind of see that in this hair? See how it's going in different directions in certain places? So first, I do use these. Some barbers, you know, have gotten away from using these. Stylists period, but you know, like I said, it's about patient protection. A lot of people sit down and use this cape on a lot of people, so you want to make sure it's not directly in contact with their skin. I usually like using the capes with the button. The Velcro tends to wear out a little sooner, but I love the button up. Alright, so now the first thing I do, we know his hair is clean, you know, there's nothing in there. We know how you want his hair cut. And make sure you have a clear understanding, because people will come in and ask for a 5 o'clock shadow or zero, like he said, a zero taper. And those, I keep asking questions until you know exactly what he or she wants, because a lot of women get these clipper cuts today too. Maybe not as extreme as Leo, but women are getting their hair cut. Okay, so see what I'm doing here now, I'm combing his hair with the his growth pattern. That's very important to cut with or against the growth pattern. I've seen people when they first start cutting hair, zigzagging and cutting up and down. You have to cut either forward or back or with the purse. Some people's hair is a little bit more tricky, but you got to kind of watch their pattern, the way their hair grows. So that's why I'm combing his hair. I can tell Leo hair pretty much, it seems like when it's cut down, it seems like it goes pretty much forward and then down on the back and side. Alright, so cutting the clippers on, we're about to form our guideline, what I call a guideline. Remember I said when the blade is open, it leaves the hair longer? When you start in this particular cut, you want the blade to be all the way closed. It's going to leave a guideline. It's not going to indent a line like the trimmers would, but it's going to give you a guideline where you can see where you're at, the fade is at. And we'll go from there. So we'll start. You okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. Notice I'm using my wrist. Now this cuts are usually, I usually start to talk and stuff. Like I said, I really want you all to learn something. 30 minutes, maybe not even that. Notice I'm using more on my wrist. When the last time you got your hair cut, Leo?
I don't know, like a month ago.
Don't worry about the line being, it don't have to be, because you fading the line. Now it has to be somewhat even, but it doesn't have to be like indented like perfectly, you know. Yeah, it's easy. You can cut all types of hair type. This concept I use, you can cut any type of hair with it. The next thing you want to do is, remember I told you a fade is pretty much more hair on top and then it gradually fades out. So that's how we're gonna do it. We set the guideline. The next step is to ask the client how much hair he wants off of the top. He's already told me at the beginning. I just kind of asked him. But if you haven't discussed that, he asked him how much hair they want off top. If he had fine textured hair now, and I keep emphasizing this, I wouldn't even touch this with clippers. I would use scissor work up here. So it's fine. But I know he wears a clipper cut. You all understand that. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna trim the top down and all this before we start fading this guideline out. So I'm gonna start with a 1 with the blade open. Okay, still, it's cutting down. See how it's coming down? But it's not enough. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna shut it all away. And now we may be getting down, but you may want it lower than this. But this is actually a 1.5 here. So it's a little higher than a 1 blade. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna knock all this down. Clipper's got a monitor. I don't know why they're so loud this morning. It's Monday. Why y'all not laughing at my joke? So y'all see what I'm doing? See, we haven't even gotten into the fade part yet. All right. Any questions? No. I'm gonna establish the length on the top before I start even fading it. I'm gonna answer. Do you edge across the top of your hair?
No.
You just leave it natural?
Yeah.
Alright. I was asking about the hairline. Some guys edge up, and some guys, like Leo here, leave it natural. So now that we have the established length on the top, now we're gonna start fading this guideline out. So what I do now is, now I know I use this guard here, so I know after this one guard, there's no other clip left. You understand? Mm-hmm. If his hair was longer on top, whatever guard I use, whether it be a number 2 or whatever, I would start fading with the guard under that when I started blending the line out. You understand? But for this demo here, this is actually a perfect haircut for anyone of you all to learn on, because it's like you're just cutting the hair down. But what we're gonna do now is, after that number 1 clip, we're starting to blend the sides out. So what I'm gonna do here is, I'm gonna start with, it's no guard now, no more guards. But I'm gonna start with the blade what?
Half.
Open, there you go.
Open.
It's open, and we're gonna work it down. So now when you start fading, every time you lower this notch here, you're not gonna upstroke as high. Because if you keep upstroking at one point, you're gonna create a line. You want this to blend in, so you don't want to upstroke as high, but just kind of watch what I do. Is that cool? I'm not too hard on you, man. You all right?
Cool, man.
All right. You all see that? I'll be on that side over there. Well, see how that's already starting to fade out a little? Notice I'm not taking this as high because I don't want to create a line in itself. See that? Alright. And the same thing. Alright, now, so what we're going to do now is, if I told you we fade this line out, so now, you see these one notch closer to it being closed, you understand? Now I'm coming back around his head. I'm not upstroking as high. And notice my wrist movement. Notice I'm not going up as high. I'm trying to stay right around because I don't want to lift this. I don't want his fade high on his head because he likes wearing it a little lower. Okay. remember at the first shop I was working at, I used to trim this older woman's hair, just on the back of her neck, no cut. And I had got busy really quick because I'm good like that. And she stopped coming. She came up to me. She said she went to another barber, but she said, "You're such an artist." So I'm gonna have to get someone else here today. But do your work. Don't feel bad. But that's when I was doing a fade at the time when she said I came up with a fade artist, and that's how I work. I work like an artist. I tell anybody I take 30 minutes on a haircut, but I will, as long as I've been cutting hair, I will take 45 minutes to an hour, depending on the day and the mode I'm in. When a person paints a picture, each painting, and my thing is, you may not take as long. Some paintings you can draw really quick, some paintings just take a little bit more time. And that's how I treat my business. And I think that's why a lot of people like coming to me, because everybody is different. Everybody has different needs. Okay, so now, I'm going to lower it down another one. You see it's almost closed, but it's not. You see that? See that there? And notice my technique. Some barbers do one side and do the other. I tend to zig. I just go back and forth. It's no right. Whatever you're comfortable with. Notice I'm holding his ear down too. I've had some experiences. And see, it's not even, you see that line is starting to come out, and it's not even all the way out, and the reason it's coming out like that because we didn't indent a line. A lot of barbers make the mistake of starting with the trimmers, and when you get a line in, it's hard to get a line out, especially on fine textured hair like Leo's here. Okay, you all. So now, almost closed. One notch. Can you tell by can you tell I'm like just on the bottom half of his fade now? I'm not going up high at all now. I'm just trying to get that, just that line.
So the more you close it, the farther you go down.
Exactly, but you don't upstroke as high.
Right.
Because if this was closed, I kept going up to one point, you all would start seeing a line create. But I'm still going up to the same point. And this takes time. This practice makes improvement. That's why I said in the beginning, time is not a factor. If you have to take your time, clients like it. Okay. So I'm pretty much out, but I'm gonna close it. The blade is closed all the way now, so just around the bottom half here. All right, do you all see that? You understand that? Oh yeah. Now we're not finished yet, but you can see how that line came out pretty much, and we're still gonna touch it up. So we're not finished all the way, but we still have another step I gotta show you all. Now see, we're finished with that. Now we're gonna go even closer. These are trimmers. Normally, like I said, I was telling you all I love, these are down. I gotta get them fixed, but I do my balding with these. This is what I use for the skin type, but these cut really close as well. So it's the same concept. So what I'm about to do now is clean up his sides. I'm not going up high at all. I'm just trying to clean this so it'll be more of a, it's gonna be a skin tight taper. That's your point. That don't hurt enough, do it. You cool? That's cool. Right. You see what I'm doing? I'm just on the bottom side, just cleaning it. You have to be really careful with fine hair, because like I said, you can make a line in this process. So you got to. I've been doing it a while, so I'm pretty much, I know how high up to go, and but. See that? Still not finished yet. But. See that? Would you say? I'm
How
sorry.
much smaller is that trimmer compared to the one you use in the bottom, the zero?
It's thinner. It's a T-blade, and the blade it cuts shorter. It cuts short. It's not a fade, or pretty much like a ball short. Like if you want to shave with some clippers like this, you can shave with them.
Okay.
They're not for blending or blending hair in at all. They're more like if you're trying to take hair off, shaving. Now all I have to do now is I pretty much clean it up. We're not finished yet, but I pretty much go back through what I did and kind of just get all the, there's always going to be some hair you miss and stuff, but one thing about this is I don't have to worry about getting a line out. A lot of barbers spend a lot of time trying to get a line out. All I have to do now is just freshen them up, get them tightened up, and he'll be ready. Do the same where I know he's a #1 on top here with the blade closed. So I just kind of go over it for any hair I may have missed the first time. Usually at this point, if he did, I would edge the top around the front. You don't wear an edge at all, huh? Yeah, he wear it natural because his hairline, it just look better natural. Everybody, you can't edge everybody. It can make the line look back too far. Usually people do it if they take it back too far, huh?
Look like a firehead.
Yeah, fire hair. So I'm just going over what I did before. Add one there. And it's important to cut with the growth pattern because if you cut against it, you can really put nicks in people's hair. I know in the beginning you don't like doing that because as soon as you turn them there, they be looking and trying to peep it out. But it comes with, experience. You do it. Once your client trusts you, they won't be doing that. Okay, so we pretty much see that. So no lines. When you see that line's pretty much out.
It's nice.
Thank you. I hope you learned something.
This is for Vaughn's class. Call him.